Golf buddies, hello and welcome to another troll through the Bowler's World archives with yours truly, AC, who's feeling 110% better than I did last Monday. I actually feel human, which is good, and I'm as right as I'll ever be, I guess, which, you know, a lot of people will tell you that it's I'll never be right as long as I'm breathing. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me. Remember, if you enjoy these videos, please hit that like button. And if you're not already a member of this wonderful community of ours, please hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free of charge. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, ding, for notifications of new content on the channel, which is currently 4 times a week. Smashing. Couple of things before I delve into this week's issue. I've spent, I don't know how many hours today, which is Sunday actually. I'm back at work tomorrow, so I've no time to do this tomorrow. I've managed to get my hands on a scanner, an industrial scanner, which if was new would cost upwards of £2,500. I got it for 60 quid off eBay. So I've been spending the day scanning Bowler's Worlds that Joyce Jones, the lovely Joyce Jones, if she doesn't mind me saying, lent me several weeks ago. I have actually got round to it. 29 issues I did today. So a massive thank you to Joyce, and as a massive thank you, I know I've been pushing these new fancy shirts from Bowls Trader, but if you're looking for some club kits, club shirts, clubs, hoodies, club whatever, and you're a little bit more traditional but still want a bit of quality for the right price, you could do a lot worse than give Joyce a opportunity to fill those requirements for you. You can find Joyce on Facebook, but if you're not on Facebook, if you get in touch with me, I will pass Joyce's details on, and I'm sure she will be happy to try and fulfill your club's requirements. Or even if it's just for yourself, you know, I'm sure she'll give you a price. So thank you, Joyce. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yes, if you're not on Facebook and you can't access the Bowler's World Archives group on there, again, get in touch with me, and I have another way of it being able to share these files with you. It will give you direct access to them. You'll be able to view them. You won't be able to do anything else with them, unfortunately. You might be able to download them actually, yeah, you may be able to. But if you're not on Facebook and you want to look at these archives, get in touch. My email, I'll put my email up, andy.cairns97@gmail.com, or leave a comment on the video and I will be in touch. So there we go. So I'm not on my iPad today because I haven't uploaded them yet, but we're looking at Bowler's World March 2007, which doesn't seem a long time ago, but it is. It's ages ago. And on the front page, there's no photo of a sunny holiday resort with loads of bowlers smiling. So we've got Bob Harrigan and Eddie Elson, 2 stalwarts of North Midlands, and it's just a little write-up about Eddie Elson, really. And for me, Eddie Elson, I've only met Eddie once. I only met him once when I was down in Coventry. Really nice guy, really knew what he was talking about. And for me, Eddie Elson did more for bowls than almost any other person, I think. He really took control of the BCGB. I think he took over in 1972 as the secretary. Might have been treasurer as well, secretary / treasurer. And it was Eddie who really got the game moving forward, got rid of the amateur title. So I think when it was the British Amateur Crown Green Bowling Association, we were still playing for canteens of cutlery and things like that. No money involved. If you won money, you was a professional, and that was you sort of, you know, out of it. But Eddie saw that the game could grow and it could get along with sponsors, and it needed sponsorship to grow and thrive and survive, etc. And most importantly of all, he realised how much television could do for the game, and he was the man that got television involved. He was the man that got Top Crown going. He was the man who got the BBC interested in bowls and was the tournament organiser of all these things. And honestly, without that television coverage in the very early days, bowls would never have become as big as it did in the 80s and 90s. I think it still would have been, well, whether we would still be playing is debatable. I know that there was some television coverage in the 60s, and I know going back even before then it was on radio. The game was so popular, the Talbot especially it was covered by BBC radio and TV, not live on the TV, but was it live? I can't remember. It was certainly live on the radio back in the 40s and 50s, and possibly before then. I don't know. I've never got that far back. But Eddie really took a grip of the game, really moved it forward, really took control, and we need more. We need more Eddie Elsons, really. We need somebody just to take the game by the scruff of the neck and drag it into the 21st century. I think there's lots of people doing little bits, and they're all chipping away at it, and it's all going in a reasonable direction given the circumstances. But I think we need a revolution. Rather than an evolution of the sport, it really does need shaking up. I think my pal Mel Evans would have possibly been the catalyst for that revolution if he'd have still been alive. But again, somebody else who was just taken a lot too soon, in my opinion, not only personally but as far as Crown Green Bowls goes. Now I've looked through this issue, and there's not an awful lot in. A lot of results from various things, and looking forward to the new season. But look at all them competitions. Look at all them competitions. Loads of them. But what was of interest to me, and this is probably the most narcissistic thing I've ever done in my life, and I've done an awful lot of narcissistic things, is this issue had the very first Andy Cairns column in the Bowler's World. March 2007, I wrote in every edition up until its demise, December 2009, I think it was. And I've put a screenshot, but there I am. Look how beautiful, what a lovely little chap I am. I haven't aged a bit. And I read through this, and I'm not going to read it out because it would take too long and you'd get really fed up of me. But I could have written this today, reading it. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. So, I'll read out a little bit. Whilst most bowlers are looking forward to the league fixtures coming out a small group of players have been busy over the last few months trying to work out if it's possible to win 3 games at Liverpool in the afternoon and still make it to Halifax for a 6 o'clock start. Their diaries are already bursting at the seams, and the likelihood of a mucky weekend away with the missus depends on whether they get an afternoon session at the Waterloo. Yes, I'm talking about that rapidly diminishing group that call themselves competition bowlers. A strange bunch who can often be seen hunched over an arth of land, frantically flicking through their well-thumbed black books to see if they can squeeze in a trip to Pilling, Doncaster or some other crime green outpost. You can spot them a mile off. Their conversations always start with "Are you in?" or "When are you at?" and then continue through a list of dates that would baffle a historian. So that was the intro, and it was my view on the competition circuit as it stood in 2007. And all the main points are just as valid today. It's amazing, really. Let's see. People don't seem to want to go and watch competitive bowls anymore, and a lot of those that do don't spend any money at the venue. I've seen people turn up at a green, see that it's £1 to get in, and promptly get back in the car and drive back home. And on it goes about costs of cup of tea, 50p, when it's £3 something in Starbucks. I don't know. It's a shame, really, that nothing has changed. People are still very, very slow at handing over money, handing over money for raffles, entry fees. It's like pulling teeth getting entry fees, and it's great at the minute. We've got Facebook, and competitions are feeling like that. In fact, I tried to enter one the other day, and the post had only been up half an hour and it was full. But I know, I can sit here now and I know that if it's a 64 entry, there'll be 30 changes in that field before it takes place. There'll be people dropping out on the day who haven't paid their entry fees. And this is the problem with, this is the only real change for me since I wrote that article. It's now even easier to enter competitions than it used to be. Everything's done online, everything's done via messaging, and now there are a few organisers who are asking for entry fees being transferred by bank transfer, which is fantastic. They give you a cut-off date, and if you haven't paid by that date, you're out of the competition, and that's exactly the way it should be. There shouldn't be anybody paying their entry fee on the day. It just, again, it's another hassle for the organiser. And if you're serious about entering a competition, paying your entry fee shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. But so many just enter. Yeah, put me in. In fact, I've seen several messages on Facebook saying, "Have I entered?" Organisers, "Have I entered your competition? Let me know." Why is it not in your diary? Everyone has a calendar on their phone. It is the easiest thing to do, to add an entry to your diary on your phone. I mean, I used to have it on a spreadsheet. I used to have it in a diary as well. I used to to make sure everything was accurate and I knew exactly where I was. And it's alien to me not to keep a record of where I am, what I'm doing, and it's certainly alien to me not paying my entry fee up front. That just should be a bare minimum of what's expected of you as a competition bowler. I can only hope that post lockdown we come out of it, we enjoy bowling again, we enjoy entering the competitions, and as I sit here spouting, we don't actually know properly when it's all going to get going again, what the various rules are going to be regarding it all. We don't know. But I'm sure we'll find out soon, and I'm sure when we do, we can really look forward to getting out again, getting playing, and getting watching as well, just getting back, seeing people. And I think, if anything, for this season. What I would love to see is some crowds again. It's people going watching good bowlers. It usually costs next to nothing. You might spend a tenner and you lose a tenner down back at sofa watching Line of Duty, which starts again tonight. Well, last night, because you'll be watching this on a Monday. So we need to support more. We need to support the clubs. We need to support the game as a whole, and we all need to do our little bit, I think. I'm not going to read any more out of that issue, because I'll be honest with you, I've looked through 3 issues from March and there's nothing in them. March was possibly the most boring month of all, and I can understand why back in the day they didn't have any issues in winter. They used to stop at December and start again in April, and I can totally understand why. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Remember to hit that like button if you've enjoyed it. Join me on Wednesday where I'll be spouting a bit more. Don't know what about yet. I'll think of something, hopefully something to entertain you, and then we'll go through the comments on Thursday, and I'm going to try and find another video. I think I've got possibly 2. They're not very good. One of them might even be a me, but you don't want to see that, do you? So I'll think of something. So that's the plan for the week. Thanks for everything. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for donating the balls. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You've really kept me going these last few months when it's got difficult, and I hope I've done the same for you too. So I'll leave it there. Stay safe guys, keep the masks on, and I'll see you Wednesday. Bye for now.